ladies and gentlemen, and this time actually welcome back to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 245, Mumbo Number Fat, for the week of July 24th, not 25th, unfortunately, because that would have been even cooler to have two, like, you know.
Yeah, I get what you're saying.
You picking up what I'm putting down?
Sure. My phone's going off.
Oh, that's what that is? Oh, so really confused. For the week of July 24th, 2022, the title of this episode is Knights Become Kings.
Ooh.
Yes, I thought that was a really great title.
That's good.
Thank you.
That's a good one.
Thank you. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and this week I'm joined by the man in the GT Halo jersey, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how you doing on this Monday evening?
Doing all right. I'm a bit tired, as we talked about before the show, but we'll make it through.
We'll make it through.
Got some Halo to talk about.
Yeah.
How about yourself? How you doing?
I'm doing well. Thank you for asking. And if you're tuning in live, welcome. It's good to see Uncle Pumpy, Shio, and newly appointed Remedy Boots. Says, yo, boys, listen to you boys normally after the show, but been able to catch you live. Hell yeah, welcome. It's good to see you. And yeah, if you're catching the audio version of the show, hello to you as well. And if you're catching the YouTube VOD, hey, what's up? Will, I don't really have much to say before this episode. Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I do.
Okay.
So there's one thing I want to open the show with that's not necessarily Halo related, but it's something that I'm not necessarily going to talk about further on the show within the COD and Other Games Watch segment. If you guys don't know, I believe his name is Veli, what a previous desk host of the CDL, great one at that, has since resigned from the CDL, said that there was no ill will towards anybody. He put out a personal statement, all that stuff. But apparently there was a little bit of an altercation. And again, I'm not going to divulge further because I don't think it warrants it, because really nothing happened. And that's his story if he wishes to share it further down the line. But there were pros that witnessed the event, and it's from the sounds of them, it didn't sound like that big of a deal. But the reason why I'm bringing this up and the reason why I'm not going into it further is because there is a Dexerto article out there that paints this individual in a bad light when that shouldn't have happened. So as we have talked about many times on this show, we usually take their articles with a grain of salt. And we don't really necessarily care for their style of reporting. And this article is not good. And like I said, it paints this individual in a negative light when it shouldn't have at all, because this person's not in the wrong at all. So there's that. I'm not going to link the article because it doesn't deserve any more of our time. And like I said, if you want to go read up more on that situation, you can go ahead and check out their personal tweets and everything. It's all around Call of Duty Twitter right now, so you can go read that if you would like to. But again, not going to divulge further on this show. But the reason why I wanted to bring it up at the beginning is because somebody came back. It was like, hey, why didn't you talk about this? Now you know. There you go. But Will, do you want to know what's actually on this week's episode of the show?
Yeah.
Did somebody say new HCS merch? Oh boy, I'm excited. You know that. Tournament announcements. We have another organization being denied from the HCS Partnership and another organization leaving Halo. And again, every single time this happens, the one thing that pops into my head is another one bites the dust. Every single time. Tournaments are recapped, including our topics of the HCS North American Super Qualifier and the HCS Mexico Regional results. Infinite's next drop pod is slated for August. And then, of course, as we typically do, we end the show with some video games. Will, let's get into some competitive news. I only have one piece here, and it's what I talked about briefly just before. New HCS merch is coming soon. This is by Tashi, and he states, have been working closely with Phasmatis8 and the whole amazing Halo Gear and .exe market team on a brand new HCS gear collection, as well as exclusives for Orlando and Halo World Championship. Insane stuff. Can't wait until you see it all. And frankly, I can't wait either. My wallet can, but I can't, because I want it. And I'll buy it. That's it for the competitive news. Short, sweet, and to the point this week. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's time for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombo.com. Check out NoobCombo.com for all your Halo esports needs, along with some merch if you want to buy some of Maddie's merch. That's, he should do like for all the people who used to watch G4 back in the day, this is going to show my age a little bit more as well, but for everybody that used to watch G4 back in the day, where X-Play was obviously like one of the hottest shows at the time. And Adam Sussler, one of the hosts of X-Play, he did like a crazy Adams, like a crazy car salesman who has like this really run down fucking spot that he has crazy deals and shit, Sure. So Maddie should do something like that for Maddie's merch. And I don't know anything past that. It's just something I thought of. But Maddie, you should do that, because if you don't, then fuck you. But your upcoming tournaments was daily tournaments, First Blood daily tournaments, and Z League daily tournaments. They're happening daily, and you can check out all the info there at the links provided in the Google Doc, the show notes of the show, ! Show notes in chat, or go to noobcombo.com. Monday, July 25th, Esports Arena Series E. It's happening right now. And then the HCS FFA Series for Australia, New Zealand, EU, and North America. But you may be asking yourself, Josh, where the fuck is Mexico in that list? Well, it's great you asked, but you should be patient, because Tuesday, July 26th, is the HCS FFA Series for Mexico. Wednesday, July 27th, is the Wild Wild West Wednesdays 2v2s. On Saturday, July 30th, we have the Europa Halo Summer Series Open number 3. And the JJ Events Halo Infinite 4v4. And then on Sunday, July 31st, the HCS Open Series returns for Mexico and EU. And then the North American Super Open Bracket takes place. And because of this open bracket, the top 4 teams will secure pool play for the North American Super. And the 5th through 8th teams in this open bracket will secure Champ Bracket Elim Round 1. In other words, Losers Round 1. Why the fuck it has to be called Champ Bracket Elim Round 1 when it could just be called Losers Round 1? Because you weren't good enough to make it into winners. And, I mean, there's that.
This terminology has changed.
Fuck that. That's all for your upcoming tournaments of the week presented by NoobCombo.com. Check out NoobCombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. Shio says, because Losers is a banned word in Twitch titles. No fucking way it's not. There's no way. Is it actually? I'm legitimately asking. Like, is that really a thing? It is? What? Wow. Like, don't get me wrong. I'm not about tearing people down. Like, don't get me wrong. But, like, come on. When you play a game, there's a winner and a loser. You don't, like, if I'm playing fucking Chutes and Ladders with my kid, I'm not saying you got eliminated. No, I'm going to say you fucking lost. You know what I mean? Like, and here's the thing, like, deep dive, very brief deep dive into my life. So my daughter has this princess game, right? Where you have this plastic jewelry and you spin a dial and you land on a space and you either take a piece of jewelry or you put a piece of jewelry back. And once you have all the jewelry pieces, you become the princess and you win the game. Well, guess what? Since it's all fucking random, obviously I lose sometimes too. What do I tell my daughter? I told her I lost. I don't tell her I've been eliminated. What the fuck are you talking about? No. Unbelievable. It's not elimination. You fucking lost. That's why you're there. And then if you're eliminated, you lost again. So like, God damn.
If you're in that bracket, you're on the verge of being eliminated.
Right. Or on the verge of losing. I just love throwing shade. It's okay. I get why they call it what it is, but whatever. But that was it for upcoming tournaments of the week, presented by NoobCombo.com. And remember that you can check out NoobCombo.com for all your Halo esports needs. Will, what do we got next? Rostermania!
A couple pieces here.
Oh, yeah.
And The first one is
Hold on. Go ahead.
Ascend was denied HCS Partnership. They put out a statement on Twitter. And it says, "We are sad to announce that our HCS Partnership application was rejected. Despite request, we've not received any elaboration on the decision, other than we were deep into consideration. This is disappointing for our organization, our players, and our fans. We have put all of our effort into supporting our players and the scene to compete internationally and progress Halo beyond a one-region esport. Our players have shown they are world-class competitors, and Europe has shown we can consistently compete internationally. Sadly, it seems that the region will continue to receive minimal support. We have great respect for the effort that teams such as Kansas City Pioneers have also put into the scene, and we're surprised to hear they also didn't make it through the partnership stage. We believe in our players and their abilities and will continue to support them. Our goal remains the same, to take on the best teams in the world and put European Halo on the map."
Before you go to the next one,
Yeah.
I know your feelings about people's reactions to these statements coming up.
Yeah.
Right? But I just want to say this. That was a great fucking statement.
It was good.
That was yes, we're disappointed that we didn't make it, but at the same time, we're staying. And we want to be the best that we can be.
I mean, there's a couple pieces in there that this statement could have just been without.
The Kansas City Pioneers thing?
The Kansas City Pioneers.
Yeah.
And then sadly, it seems that the region will continue to receive minimal support.
Mm.
It's to the point, like, basically every region besides NA is on that minimal support line right now until the HCS can show that it can grow and sustain.
You know what? Okay. I don't live in that region. Obviously I don't compete in that region. I'm not a competitor. But we do talk about that region frequently. And we make it an emphasis on this show to talk about things that are happening around the world within community events or official, whatever it may be. And the thing that I will say is I think minimal support is a little much. Because if you think about it, yes, we still, and Tashi has said that he would like to happen, and it's being worked on, the details, to have international majors, right?
Yeah.
But for what it's worth, while we don't have those yet, they did have DreamHack Valencia.
They did.
Which was a LAN event for their region alone.
Yep.
And there was a massive prize pool associated with it. Like, I wouldn't go as far as to say support is minimal. I think minimal is the incorrect term to use. Could it be better? Absolutely. It could be better in every region other than NA, like, obviously. But I don't think minimal is the right word to use.
Yeah. I agree with that.
Yeah. But like I said, I love how at the end of that, well, yes, I agree with you. Some things could have been taken out to just keep it what it is. But I do like how they went out of their way to say that we're staying and we have the same goal in mind as we did before, which is to be the best in the scene, to be the best in Europe, to bring the competition around the world, and to put European Halo back on the map. So I like that.
Yeah.
What I don't like is what you're about to read.
The next one, XSET leaves Halo. And they put out a statement which says, "Today we have made the difficult decision to exit the HCS and competitive Halo at XSET. We are all gamers who are passionate about the past and future of Halo. We appreciate the efforts of 343 in doing the best they can to create a compelling and successful esports scene. This is not a decision taken lightly. We have invested significantly over the last year in our players and the future of competitive Halo ultimately. Esports is also a business, and as an organization, we must at times make tough choices on where we continue to invest resources. We never say never, but for now, this is goodbye. We would like to take this opportunity to thank all our players and coaches for the work they put in representing XSET." representing XSET in Halo in the HCS over the last year. We're working with our players and staff to find new opportunities to compete at the highest level. Thank you to our fans and supporters over the last year, and we hope you continue to support and follow XSET across our existing esports titles.
Another one bites the dust.
Yeah. Again,
I share the same sentiment about what you're about to say.
Yeah. I've said it already on this show, but you got denied and then you just dip. Middle of a season. Like, you weren't in it for the right reasons then in the first place if you weren't planning on sticking around that long anyway.
So this statement doesn't say that they were denied partnership, but I'm going to assume that that's what it was.
Yeah.
I'm going to assume that this is the decision that they made based off the decision that the HCS made.
Because I mean, for me, what it seems like is let's stick around. If we get our skins in the game, we're going to make a crap ton of money.
Oh, sure.
And then now that they were all denied, well, two teams have now officially dropped?
I think 4 or 5 have wait, oh, you mean like dropped out completely?
Yeah.
Yeah, BBG and XSET, yeah. I think 5 or 6 have said that they've been denied, though.
But yeah, Tashi said from the beginning, it's going to grow very slowly.
Yeah.
It needs to be sustainable. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket and then stumble, fall, and there goes all your eggs. You know what I mean? Like, and then we don't have a Halo esports scene anymore like we did with Halo 5.
Yeah.
And then we're back in the same cycle we were before. So I am very curious to see who is joining, if anybody. It seems like
sounds like it's at least one.
Yeah, at least one.
Yeah.
But
the announcement was 1 to 3 was the plan. And based off what Tashi said in that interview, it sounded like it's at least one. So
yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. And so I've been kind of skirting around this too, because I've been seeing a lot of replies being like, well, who's it got to be then? And we've had discussions in Discord about it. Join the Discord if you haven't already. And like, so XSET is not small, but they're not massive either. Like they're not a small brand. They're not a massive brand. They're kind of like I would say a mid-tier organization. And I don't mean that in a negative way. Like, I just mean that in terms of following, I guess you could say.
Yeah, because, I mean, when you think of top esports teams or brands,
yeah,
it's kind of the ones we already got, Optic, freaking Cloud9, 100 Thieves comes to mind.
Yep. T1.
G2 is even
G2 is huge. Yep. Fnatic is massive.
Yeah, even though they're not performing at the top, they're still
TSM.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of large ones. Yo, what the fuck? Uncle Puppy, what is up with you giving out subs? Like, don't get me wrong, I appreciate it. Like, for fuck's sake, but like, come on, man. And now that's gonna go off every fucking time. Thanks a lot. I'm just kidding. No, thank you so much, Uncle Puppy, for the 5 fucking gifted subs to Voodoo Man, Martin Holmes, Silos, Epic is 0, Peter Ben, and Yo Malins, which I probably just mispronounced. But thank you so much for the gifted subs. Greatly appreciated. You're awesome. Thank you so much, man. So the point I was getting at, Luminosity. For me, this is where I'm conflicted, because you have XSET, which is, in my opinion, kind of like a mid-tier organization, right? Luminosity has a much bigger following than an XSET. And this is nothing against the players, and thank you so much again, Uncle Puppy. There's nothing against the players for the team or anything like that. My problem is it leaves a bad taste in my mouth. And again, I understand. I talk about business all the time on the show. As in, like, we understand that organizations need to make money. We understand that business is business. You need to do what's in the best interest of your business. And obviously, like you mentioned, Will, all these teams want skins in the game so they make a profit. The whole point of the HCS Partnership Program is for it to be a mutually beneficial partnership between the HCS and the organizations that are tied to it, right? Content, sales, eyes on the game, eyes on the scene, all that. Mutually beneficial partnership between both. The thing that irks me are the teams that, and again, this is nothing, I shouldn't be upset about this, but a stupid part of me inside is upset about this, is the teams who, or the organizations who have left previously when the times were rough, and now they come in where it looks like the grass is greener, and they're like, well, now, I mean, yeah, fucking skins in the game. Hello. I don't want Luminosity, again, this is me being petty. I don't want Luminosity to get in because of that reason. Like, they came in for Halo 5. Ninja was on that team as well. And, like, things didn't go very well. They left eventually. And they never came back, right? And now Halo Infinite all of a sudden is out. And then they wait a while. And, again, no offense to the players, but they do not have a top-tier roster. Like, they don't have a top 8 roster as of right now. And I'm not saying they did get in. Like, we don't know, right? This is pure speculation. I just see their name thrown out a lot. And because they have a great following. And yeah, me being petty, I just don't want Luminosity to get in because they left and they came back where it looks like the grass is greener. They don't have that great of a team. And I know that the roster doesn't have an effect on who gets in and who gets out. But that's me being petty. What's up, Epic Zero? He says, I'd love to see it being a big org, but knowing 343, it's going to be an org that we all scratch our heads about. See, that's the thing, though, right? Is that, so now we have the other side of the coin, where what if it is 100 Thieves, or an organization like 100 Thieves, where they're not in Halo yet, right? Great opportunity for another very large organization to come into the scene, but what team are they going to get? And again, the players, the roster does not go in the decision-making process as to who gets into the partnership program and who doesn't.
Right. So
the team could be god-awful, Space Station, but the organization gets accepted, right?
Sure.
So 100 Thieves could very well be coming. We don't know. This is pure speculation, but 100 Thieves could very well be coming. They're a very large organization. Or, There's another one that it's on the tip of my tongue, but I'm blanking on. But either way, like a major organization comes in that has a massive following that does not have a team yet, right? And they could realistically, I would imagine that they're going to be shopping for top tier talent, because otherwise, what's the point? Because if I am a major top tier organization that has a world-esque following, then I would want world talent. Like, I would want world-class talent to represent me. And maybe that means, because, like, here's the other thing too to keep in mind. This team or teams that are going to be accepted in the partnership program is for year 2.
Yeah.
So maybe, again, we don't know contract details, but maybe these players were signed to 1-year deals. This major organization or organizations come into Halo that don't already have a team. There's a lot of free agents on the market now that haven't re-signed deals because they were waiting for this opportunity to come. And you have major players making a move elsewhere. And this could very well be an example of that. All speculation right now. This is not any at all confirmed whatsoever. But that's what I can think of. Because I have yet to hear anyone say whether or not deals were signed for more than 1 year. You know what I mean? I haven't heard anybody say that it's been for a year for contracts. I just don't know. I lied. I think Ryanoob may have mentioned in a Reddit thread that a contract was for a year, at least for maybe his or somebody, whatever. But that's purely one example. Epic says, I'm okay with 100 Thieves, to be honest. It's for next season, so all doors are open for the roster. I'd be okay with it being 100 Thieves, but would rather it have been an established roster. Last thing, 303 needs another reason to piss a competitive side with a game that isn't up to speed where it should be. Here's the thing, though, right, is that 343 and HCS are in between a rock and a hard place, because it doesn't matter who they announce. People are going to be pissed regardless. And we talked about it last week where that's not okay. Like, people need to get their heads out of their asses and realize that this is a fucking business. But yeah, it literally won't matter who they announce at all. They could announce 100 Thieves comes back. Well, it comes back. 100 Thieves enters Halo for the first time. They are a new partnered team for year 2 of the HCS, and they sign, and now I know Mickwin is a content creator for another organization, but they get Mickwin and they get Pistola, right? Half their roster's done. You know what? People are still going to be mad at that. People are still going to be mad at that. You're going to be people that come out and be like, oh, fuck yeah, Pistola's on a team. He got picked up. This is awesome. He's teamed back up with Mickwin. This is going to be amazing. And then you're going to have a ton of people on the other side be like, 100 Thieves didn't deserve that shit. Fuck Nade Shot. You know it's going to happen. And that's terrible. Fucking terrible. Because I'm going to tell you straight up, if you are one of those people that think that one of these major organizations coming in is a bad thing, that they didn't deserve it, it's a fucking business decision. And if you don't think, and again, this is pure speculation, but if you don't think 100 Thieves coming into Halo is a good thing, you have no idea what you're talking about. You have zero idea what you're talking about.
It's more eyes on the game.
It is a lot of eyes on the fucking game. Now, hopefully the game's in a better state. Let's be real. But it is more eyes on the game. And frankly, you know just as well as I do, skins are going to sell like fucking crazy if 100 Thieves get in. I mean, come on. Come on. It's simple. It prints money in my mind. The James Dean, welcome, by the way, says 100 Thieves and Knights are pretty safe picks, though. My concern, and again, nothing against the organization or the players, my one concern is that while I would love for the Knights to be accepted, it's an Ascend scenario for me. If Ascend doesn't get in, where they are handily and easily the best team in the European region, then I see a hard time. And again, roster doesn't go into consideration, so I really shouldn't be saying because they're the best team in that region. I mean, Pittsburgh's the best team in that region too. But yeah, I just see it as another Ascend situation. That's something against them. That might just be me though. Who knows? And Jamar says, and you got Courage hyping the team up possibly on a stream. But we are, I mean, come on, it's Courage though. He hypes everything up. Anything for the clicks. Nothing against it. Like I would fucking love if 100 Thieves came into the game. Absolutely love it. It's like Will said, a ton of more eyes. It's cool skins. 100 Thieves do cool content. It would just be, I think it'd be great for the scene overall. And like I said, I hope that the game's in a better state, obviously in year 2. Updates are coming, so we'll just have to wait and see. But yeah, X-Set leaving, don't let the door hit you. And if you come back, like I said, I get it's a business decision. I completely understand it's a business decision. You need to do what's right for your business. But again, if you come back, I don't want to hear you bitching that you didn't get accepted again. And that's an assumption too, because like they said in that statement, the statement does not say that they were declined partnership. That's an assumption. We don't like to assume a lot on the show, but that I'm going to assume that. Epic says, what's the biggest esport org overall? Ooh. Oh, God.
Optic Gaming's net worth is currently 130 million.
Okay. Now that they did merge with Envy, so maybe that's a combination of the two.
G2's is a 105.
Okay. I saw, oh man. I mean, you have a TSM, which is
100
pretty
Thieves
fucking big.
Net worth is 460 million, and it literally says the number 2.
Okay.
So there's someone else out there.
We know that FaZe, yeah, Shio says highest value, I think, is TSM or 100 Thieves or FaZe. Epic, have you never heard of TSM? They've never been in Halo, to be honest. Like that's never been a thing, but they are very large around the world.
So FaZe and what was the other one we just talked about?
FaZe, 100 Thieves.
100 Thieves are both around that 400 million mark. TSM is 540 million.
Yeah, it makes sense. TSM's huge. Oh, it's all good, Epic. I'm sorry. I misunderstood.
Snipedown played for TSM.
He did. He did play for TSM. And now he plays for FaZe.
Yeah.
So there's that. TSM sounds like it's the biggest right now. But then again, FaZe, now that they're public and their stock prices increased, they could surpass. But let's just say for the sake of argument that TSM is the biggest as of right now. Oh yeah, Liquid as well. But that's another. That's my other problem too.
Another team that left and came back.
Multiple times. Came and left multiple times. So again, that'd be me being petty. Like, would I be okay with them joining? Yeah. Would I buy their skins? Yeah. Would I be petty about it? Yeah. How much are they worth?
They're also 440 million.
Yeah, a lot. They've been around a long time too.
So they're also on that FaZe level.
Yeah.
100 Thieves level.
Yeah. Makes sense. So yeah, there's a lot of, I say a lot. There's a few major, very, very large overall organizations within esports that are not part of Halo yet. That either A, have never been, or B, have been at some point in time, but not for Infinite. And yeah, like, no matter who's chosen, people are going to be happy, people are going to be upset. But the fact of the matter is, it is a business decision. It is meant to be a mutual partnership between the organization and 343. So yes, while it would have been great for KCP or Ascend or any of these other mid to lower tier organizations in terms of reach to make it, Tashi said that they're trying to be as less risky as possible. So yeah. Shio says there's a Forbes list for 2022. It goes TSM, 100 Thieves, Liquid, FaZe, Cloud9, G2, Fnatic, Gen G, NRG, and T1. Gen G, forgot about, to be honest. Yeah. So yeah, that could be something. Yeah. And I mentioned T1 earlier. So, and we already have FaZe, Cloud9, G2, and Fnatic. So 4 out of that list are already in the game. So clearly they want to go big. And again, I'm not opposed to supporting like smaller organizations. I'm not opposed to supporting grassroots organizations. Do not get me wrong here. We love them. We support them. But this is a business decision, and they want to make the most amount of money as possible. They want to bring the most amount of eyes as possible. No matter how many times you think it may be the case, HCS Kansas City was not a home event. I just love to throw that in there. A little wrench, you know what I mean?
Never letting that go.
Wrench in the gears. Fuck no, because people still think it was. Like, get out of here. What are you talking about? All right, well, what's the last piece we got there?
Oh, yeah. There's one little thing at the end here.
A little bit.
Barcode put out a tweet.
Uh-huh.
And it's him. It's his face.
It is.
And it just has a...
he's like looking down and smiling.
Yep. And it's got a caption. It says Melbourne Airport. So he's going somewhere.
Sounds like North America.
Maybe Micwin, Pistola, Barcode.
And
a free agent.
The speculation is that he's the fourth for G2.
Ah.
Yeah, and Epic said it as well. Yeah.
I mean, they'd have to play at Orlando.
Well, today, no. The roster lock for the Super is today for qualified teams, and G2, I believe, is one of the qualified teams. So, yeah. I believe roster lock for the North American Super for qualified teams was today.
Gotcha.
Shio says, I'd play for G2 just for those jerseys. I mean, hey, it would be cool. It would be really cool. And like we joked about, like, they should just, while logistics are probably a nightmare to get things sent over and whatnot, either A, have a small booth at Orlando or Worlds, and then just have people fly with the merch with them, or to make more logistical sense, have a discount code for the event. Like, as long as the event is running, have a discount code on your website. So at least at least the discount be for like shipping costs to get to the US or something. So they may still be paying full price for the jersey, but at least you get shipping for free or something, just something. Because you're right. People want that merch. I would love to have a G2 jersey as well. Don't get me wrong. You're right. It's fucking hard. So, Epic says you have to have 3 out of 4 players roster for qualified teams. Yes, that is correct. That is correct. And like, as Will mentioned last week and just now, that you need the roster that you go into Orlando with is the roster that you have to go in with Worlds if you qualify. So, a lot of big things are going to be happening. So we'll see.
All right. Shall we move on?
I think we shall. It's time for so this is where we typically have our scrim recaps, but I just want to take this opportunity to shout out Halo Data Hive for all the work that he has put into keeping stats alive for as long as he could, especially with the Halo.API services going through the turmoil that's going through. But still, just need to say it, Halo Data Hive stats are still not available. He's still doing some work on the back end to try to reduce the amount of API calls necessary. But yes, you still cannot see recent scrim results on Halo Data Hive. Otherwise, I would be talking about them here. So please do not throw any type of shade at Halo Data Hive at all. This is purely based off of API costs and 343 not having an internally built one. So there is that. With that, Will.
Yeah.
Would you mind going through the tournament league recaps over the course of the last week?
Yeah, a little shorter of a segment this week due to us recording later last week.
Yes.
So let's get into it. Wild West Wednesday, 2v2 results. In third, fourth, we had a team called Hyperspace Descent. This was Tover and Provision. Then a team Key 64, which included It's the Last Shot and Nuclear Blaze. Second went to Team Color Rush, who included Not Fear Evil and Sugathu. Yep. And the first went to Bingo. It was El Ringo and Bittersweet.
Nice.
Next tournament, Europa Halo Summer Series Open number 2. In fourth place was a team called Regain. This included Valkyrie, Millsy, Desire, and T-Banged.
T-Banged! T-Banged!
I knew that was coming.
Ooh, baby!
Third place went to Shurzy 4, which included, I'm going to say Kaya Deb, Shurzy 2, Master Bose, and Hybrid.
Nice.
Second went to MYGW. This included Simply Gambit, Warlord, MC vs. Arbiter, and Yumi. And first went to Navi. Again, if you don't know that team, it is Kimbo, Jimbo, Mighty, and Snaky.
Have a great night, Epic. Great to see you live for the show. And good luck getting those kids to bed. I feel you on that front.
Next tournament, Midsummer Mayhem CE 4v4.
It's Will's tournament.
No. In fourth place was the Four Seasons. Spelled a little differently. But anyway, it was Hippie Magic, Season, Quasi, and Salami on top. Third went to Halo Final, which included Mr. Cobb, Metal Zyos, Anskar, and Idiosis. Second went to Team Double Body, and this included Hellboy, Zorg, VOT Naker, and Vinthex. Yeah. And first went to Team Shoot to Kill. This was Twisted, Stick Fitty, STK Fitty.
Yep.
Kaiser, Ramirez, and Nick. There you go.
I think that's King Nick.
All right, it is King Nick.
Yeah. So Look at that.
That's all we got for the tournament league recaps of the week.
Very nice. Well, kinda, because this is going to lead directly into our topic, or topics. It's going to include it all in one. We have the HCS North American Super Qualifier results. And here are the qualified teams for the North American Super Pool Play. Again, the open bracket tournament is taking place this coming weekend, where, again, the top 4 will make it to pool play. But from the qualifier, which took place over the last weekend, these are the 4 teams that made it into pool play. Complexity, which is Cycle, Neuronical, Vetra, and Monster. Oxygen Esports, which is Nemesis, Bohm, Triton, and Common. Fnatic, including Rami, Juzero, Super CC, and Septify. And Anime Demons, consisting of Burton, Parzelli, Mortally, and Hotshot Ghost. And the reason why, okay. Oh, God. So they still have a chance to make it into pool play. They do. They still have a chance to make it in pool play via the open bracket tournament, which takes place this coming weekend. But Anime Demons won against SSG, preventing Space Station from qualifying for pool play via this tournament. They'll need to place top 4 in this week's open bracket to be placed in pool play. I saw people confused as to how this happened. Everybody hopefully understands my thoughts on that roster. They're not that good. And the thing that sticks in the back of my head that I find fucking hilarious every single time it pops back up, this is a thing that lives rent-free in my head for the best reason, is when Elamite said in that SSG documentary that it doesn't matter how well we place, as long as we place well at Worlds. And all I can think about is, the fuck you are! Jesus, even you fucking qualify? That's the real question. Holy moly. But yeah. That team needs to get better. Hey, Collect, get the fuck out of there. Okay? I cannot wait until all the beans are spilled. I cannot fucking wait for that moment. I just can't wait. So yeah, congratulations to Anime Demons for qualifying for pool play. They also, I believe, knocked out King J's team. Kratos was on it too, if I'm not mistaken. I'm forgetting the actual name of it, I apologize, but I think they knocked them out too. So yeah, good fucking on you, Anime Demons. Good shit. And Burton tweeted out qualified and then was throwing shade to the people who didn't believe in him. I'm not going to say we didn't believe in you. Fucking great job, man. Fuck the haters, man. Good shit. And then the HCS Mexico Regional in Mexico City. Here are the results. Those who qualified for Orlando pool play, 3 teams, including the Pittsburgh Knights, Cintanegra, and, the original Cintanegra, because they had 3 or 4 teams competing in this event. But the original Cintanegra, and then Timbers Esports as well qualified. The FFA winner was Vesper. Congratulations to Vesper on winning the FFA. And then Will, if you wouldn't mind walking through the 4v4 results, because I think Maddie said, good luck with the names. And I wanted to give you this to you.
Oh, no thanks.
Almost just spit my fucking water out. That was close.
I mean, if I go through the top 4,
those
are all
established names.
I'm also really curious on... Well, okay, let's just... 7th through 8th, I'll do it.
Yeah,
Team Smog. Team Smog included Trescendido, Jerry, Borgi, and Draginak. Chosen Squad, iBlood Reina, Cooler, Chrono, and Silo? But not...
Is it Celio?
Celio, maybe?
I don't know. Silos competed?
5th, 6th, Cia Nubis. It's Heavenly, Goroloco, Dr. Sobrio.
Yeah.
Chico Bounce.
Nice.
Alter Esports. Grimsty. Paradise. Attenuis. And Zaron. Here's where I get confused. In 4th place, Cintanegra X, Nugget, Gambino, Noble, and Strikey. Timbers Esports in 3rd, Gambino, Nugget, Noble, and Strikey.
Hey, Maddie. Oh, I can fix this. Give me a second. I can fucking
In
fix this.
2nd place, Cintanegra Esports, another one. Bullet,
Another one.
Johan MC, Guardian, and Magico, and taken home first is the Pittsburgh Knights, Atso, Tapping Button, Pool, and Drift.
Okay. I have it here. Cintanegra X was Leor, Dolan Season, Roomgel, and Sepstars.
There you go.
Timbers was Gambino, Noble, Nugget, and Strikey. There you go.
Perfect. But yes, just in the top 8, there is 3 Cintanegra teams, which I was curious.
In the top 8?
It means if it's a literal translation to England or English, England, it means black tape, but it's also like
Black tape.
it was also search results popped up also for like black belt in karate.
Oh.
So I'm wondering if there's like just a slight translation thing there. But I was curious what the team name meant.
Yeah, that's weird. A couple things to note here though is that we didn't even have a pre-show for this event because we were so convinced that the Pittsburgh Knights were just gonna steamroll everybody at this event. Like it wouldn't even be close. Well, you know, as typical with HCS Pro Talk fashion, our predictions are normally always wrong. And so leading up to the grand final of this event, it was actually Cintanegra Esports, the team who took second in this event, that knocked Pittsburgh Knights into losers. And my original thought was, and then, because typically what we see happen is the team that progresses through winners eventually wins the whole thing. That's usually what we see. We don't see bracket resets often. It is a few and far between moment where bracket resets happen. I was talking to Justin LaFlèche while the tournament was happening that one of the only bracket resets that I fully remember because I was there was the regional fall finals in 2016 for North America in Burbank, where Envy reset the bracket 4-2 to then beat Optic Gaming 4-3 in a grand final bracket reset. Like, that's one of the only ones that I could remember. So these are, again, very few and far between. But if there was ever a team that would be able to do it in this region, it'd be Pittsburgh. And as the casters and the hosts, those on the desk, had talked about throughout the tournament, Pittsburgh haven't really been playing up to their skill, to what we've known them to be able to do. Tapping wasn't having that great of an event leading into the grand final. And I don't know what it was. Actually, I do know what it was because obviously I was fucking watching it. And this is just an observation for me, is that when they were losing, something that I would see consistently is they would consistently be playing alone. And they weren't winning their individual battles. They were getting off spawn. They were they had split spawns consistently. They weren't able to get setups going because they were not playing together as a team. And as we are aware, Halo Infinite is a team-based sport. Well, they handled Timbers Esports in the loser final just, I think it was 3-0, like it was nothing. And then grand final starts, and the first best of 7 went the distance. It went to a game 7. And the thing that was odd, and the casters also talked about it, was that Pittsburgh won the Slayers handily. And then it was Centenegra that won the objectives pretty handily. And typically, as I think Bravo stated in the broadcast, typically you see the teams, like you see the not so great teams being able to edge out a Slayer, right? And not really be very, very objective proficient.
Yeah.
Well, I think Pittsburgh heard that, and they're like, wait, guys, we're the Sentinels of Mexico. Are you fucking kidding me? We got this shit. Then the bracket reset happened, and oh boy, did they have that shit. I think they won, what was it, 4-0 or 4-1?
4-1.
Yeah, it was nothing. So something happened where that light switch, we always talk about the light switch, being flipped. And
it's like that. Yeah. It's like they needed time to warm up almost. Like they were just like playing in a fog, and then all of a sudden that just took off.
Yep. It was crazy. So Pittsburgh turned up when they needed to. They showed that they are the best in the region. They also showed that they can be beaten. They can be taken to task in a series. They absolutely can. They can be beaten in objective games. You just need to catch them in individual fights. They were not playing as a team.
And you talk all the time, like, well, you hear it from casters. It might have been land jitters. It could have been anything. Mm-hmm. This is the first big event in a long time for Mexico. So,
right. But they put on a fucking show.
Yeah,
that's for sure.
It was good to watch.
It was awesome. So yeah, Pittsburgh actually was able to come through losers and win within a bracket reset and take the grand final against Centenegra. And like I said, you do not see that happen often at all. So it was really, really cool to see in this moment. Clearly there are a couple teams that stand out above the rest in that region as of right now. And I think Centenegra proved a lot of people wrong that they can hang. And if they button up a few things, they could have won. They really could have.
Yeah, they were right there.
Yep. They were right there. Yeah, congratulations to the Pittsburgh Knights. Hence the title of this episode, Knights Become Kings, because they are the kings of Mexico. Congratulations to them. That is awesome. All right. That's it for our topic, as a matter of fact, or topics. Therefore, let's get into some regular news. Former multiplayer designer leaves 343, hence the Forber tag on there. This is by Tyler and Srood, and I probably mispronounced that, and I apologize. She says, after 5 years, I've made the decision to leave 343 Industries and Halo. It was an absolute honor to build the franchise that built me. Thank you for playing and sharing your experiences with me. Love you all. Now it's time for a new journey. Wishing you the best of luck, Tyler, and thanks for everything that you did. Drop Pod update is coming in August. This is by
Unisheck.
Always feels good to be able to use that button.
Mm-hmm.
He says, hey all, we're starting to wrap up the next Drop Pod, which is expected to land in August. We'll be doing a preview blog to highlight its goodness before that earlier in the month as well. Until then, we were given the okay to touch on one part of it, and that is that visors will be cross-core. Now, again, we had a huge spiel about negativity and harassment in the community and in gaming in general last week. Highly recommend you go check that out if you haven't already. But the one piece of criticism I want to say is that I saw something in the cesspool that is Reddit that I actually did want to call out because I think it brings up a good point. And I don't know how they will handle this. I don't know if they are going to handle this. I don't necessarily know if they need to handle this. But just wanted to throw it out into the ether and see what happens. I forgot to grab the name of the user, but to the person who did post this, shout out to you. But I want to ask the question that was asked by this person. What happens once cross-core customization is applied fully, let's say coatings as well? What happens to those who have purchased packs with coatings for individual cores, but are now going to be applied for all cores? As in, you had a core that was already accessible on Yoroi that you purchased the same coding for a different core, but is now accessible for all cores. Is there going to be some kind of compensation? Again, I'm not saying there needs to be. I'm just throwing it out there. How do you think 343 should, or if they even do handle that? Kind of a rhetorical question. You don't need to answer if you don't want to, but
yeah, I mean, it's just really tough because it's like, because you bought it for that specific core in the moment, but now it's available to even more cores than you expected, even if you earned it or bought it for a separate core, right?
Right. I don't know. Good. Kind of rhetorical question. So just wanted to throw that out there because I thought that raised kind of a good point. What are they going to do? Are they going to do anything? Who knows? Am excited for visors to be cross-core. I think that's cool. Just one more step in the right direction overall.
Yeah. I know we talked about the negativity thing, but
yeah,
I'm really hoping there is some sort of stability update in this drop pod as well.
100%.
I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, there should be.
Because they did do an update and it got it to a certain point and it feels like it's degraded a little bit.
Sure.
So, we'll have to see what we have coming our way when the blog comes out.
Indeed we will. And luckily, we are getting pretty damn close to August, for better or worse.
Yeah.
So, and Uni says that it should be coming earlier in the month. So hopefully, hopefully within the first week. That's speculation. I'm just hopeful. You know, I know Hope and Halo don't really go very well, but here we are. Speaking of Halo Infinite updates, though, there was a background data update that is out now. This is by Halo support. The Halo Infinite team has deployed a backend update that improves the amount of data downloaded after multiplayer matches, because guess what? It was fucking large before, for no apparent reason. This update is now live and no download is needed. The team will continue to monitor this issue and work on additional improvements for August drop pod. So
There you go.
There you go. That's it for the regular news. And this is where we would talk about kind of the games we'll watch, but we're not going to because there's nothing to talk about at this time, which means it's time for Will's Adventures with the Haloverse and other games too. Will, what did you and we play last week?
Halo Infinite played on Thursday and Friday.
Yes.
Played Apex.
Yeah.
And also played some Rock Band. We got, I'll let you go through it. We can talk Apex once you go through your list. What do you got?
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, there's not a lot of good things to talk about with Apex. We didn't win, but that's besides the point. No, I played Halo Infinite as well. I do want to hit this point, though. Okay. I never saw an official statement for this. Okay. I could not find an official statement for this, but I saw a lot of speculation on Reddit because I was curious if my game was glitched or not. I'm talking about Infinite.
Okay.
So that event pass, the 10-tier event pass is out right now. It's called the Alpha Pack, right?
Yeah.
It's specifically tied to the Last Spartan Standing playlist, where you have event challenges that you need to complete. And typically it is one challenge per one tier. The event lasts 2 weeks. Okay. So it'll reset on Tuesday, so tomorrow, after the day we're recording the show, and it'll go for one more week, okay? So for a whole new week's worth of challenges. Again, I never saw an official statement for this, so I don't know if my game was glitched or not, but apparently other people had this as well, where every challenge I completed 2 tiers of the event pass. So I only needed to do 5 challenges, and let me just say, thank fucking God, because I don't like LSS. There's my negative aspect of it. But no, we played on Friday for the play date, and we just did some Team Slayer and stuff, so I was able to complete challenges to load up my list with 4 LSS specific ones. And then I think yesterday or the day before at night, I just popped in for like an hour and completed those. And when I rebooted my game, I'm like, oh shit, I'm 6 tiers completed already. I only completed 3 challenges. That's weird.
Do they give you the 10 challenges like normal, though?
Yep, they do.
So you can kind of, even if you make it through those other ones, you can kind of pick and choose which ones you go for, which is nice.
Well, kind of.
I'm saying if you stack 4 challenges.
Yeah.
You're probably going to complete one along that way.
Yeah. And that's why I did that.
Yeah.
because I just wanted to focus on like, well, if I'm playing LSS, I want my challenges to reflect that, you know?
Yep.
So again, I don't know if it's for everybody where an event challenge will complete 2 tiers.
I think mine did as well. For the I guess I did do 2 challenges.
You got 4 tiers?
I don't know, because I know my first tier unlocked 2, or my first challenge unlocked 2 tiers.
Okay.
But I don't know. I didn't really pay attention on the second one.
Well, there you go.
So I'll have to take a look later.
Yeah. I reloaded the game and I saw it and I'm like, that doesn't make any sense to me, but I'm not going to complain. So I'm just throwing it out there.
I'm also not a huge fan of the rewards in that pass. So
No, absolutely not. I played some Forza Horizon 5, the Hot Wheels expansion. Just some more of it. It's fun. I already talked about it last week. I played some Destiny 2. I have one more step in the seasonal quest for the seasonal story. It is very good. It is very, very good. So I have one more step there. And then if you guys have not seen it and you are Destiny fans, there is a Destiny showcase next month where I believe they're going to be hinting at the next expansion, which is Lightfall. So that could be very cool. Very cool indeed. And then, yeah, Will and I played some Apex Legends.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We got second once.
We did.
We did not have the high ground.
Oh my God. See, I just felt bad because there were so many fights where I just needed to play better and we would have been okay. Like, I felt bad because there were so many fights where if my shot was just on, like, we had the advantage on them, but we'd get third partied or even fourth partied in some scenarios.
Yeah.
You made a play of a fucking lifetime and took out 2 squads. And then we get fucking fourth partied as you're trying to res me. And I'm like, this is fucking stupid.
Yep. That was rough.
But I still, to this day, believe, and I'm not a big BR fan, like Battle Royale fan, but Apex is my favorite still. I think the gunplay's fan-fucking-tastic because it just takes off of what Titanfall 2 did and Titanfall in general did. I think the heroes are really cool. I think their abilities are awesome. I love the map variety. Yeah. That game's awesome. Go ahead, Will. That's all I want to say about Apex. I just think that game's fucking rad.
It's just, it was fun to play. It was a lot of fun. Even the games we didn't do well in, there's games we got eliminated instantly.
Literally dropped in, didn't get a weapon, and died immediately.
Yeah, it's just like, all right, next. Go next.
Start it back up.
Yeah. Need to shoot some people.
Well, it sucked because we'd choose you. You're like, all right, well, this is a hot zone, so like, be prepared. When we drop in, it's gonna be people are gonna drop here. I'm like, all right. And then sure shit, we drop in immediately. People right in front of us get a weapon immediately. Like, oh fuck! Turn around and try to run away.
Yeah, it didn't work too well for us.
Oh.
But it was a good time. We didn't get a win. We got close a couple times, but didn't get a win. That's next on the docket is to get a win in Apex.
And we will absolutely get a win. I believe.
If not, we'll just have Joey come in and carry us to the promised land.
Yes. Shio says, I got so addicted to Apex after Raleigh and now I'm running a tournament series, so I think I'm taking this too far. Nonsense. You're not taking it too far. I love it. I think that game is great. The only thing I will say, the one thing I was upset about was, so like I reinstalled the game after the championship took place. Like, a lot of hype around that. Loved watching the game being played. I'm like, oh yeah, I really did like playing this game when I played it. Let me reinstall that and try to get the guys on it. But the one thing I was upset about is that there wasn't an optic pack in there. Like in all sincerity, like in all seriousness, I would have bought an optic pack if it was in there. I really would. I don't even play that game. I just reinstalled it, but I would have purchased an optic pack if it was in there, but it wasn't. They had a 100 Thieves pack, but they didn't have the optic one. I was upset. Remedy says, in terms of Halo Infinite, he says, when I played when Reset for the Week began, the ultimate was broken and was the Sentry stance. Yup. They updated to give the right ultimate at the end of the week. When I played the first couple hours, it was only dropping 1 reward in the alpha pack. Huh. So yeah, I don't know. We did talk about that.
That reset.
Yeah, that reset. The very unfortunate reset. There were a bunch of teams that didn't make champs that were there, though. It's so fucking dumb. Oh, well, whatever. But no, I think Apex is awesome, and I hope that we continue playing it because I had a lot of fun. And I'll also say this. I will be open-minded and say, because, yeah, I said this during the play date, I think, and I'll get all the hate that you guys want to throw at me. But, yes, I did, in fact, pre-order Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. You get early access to the open beta, which will kind of be a true test as to whether or not I like it. But I'm going to be completely open-minded and say that I will play Warzone 2 with you and whoever else wants to play, because I know that you wanted to give that a shot when it comes out.
I'm just hoping that it'll be better than what the start of Warzone was.
100%. So I will absolutely give that a shot. Well, that's it. That's all I played.
All right.
Let's get into some shout-outs. Shout-outs to everyone who joined at the community playdate. We had Mar, you, me, and fuck. Why am I forgetting who our fourth was? Oh, man, I feel like an asshole right now. Community playdates. Pancakes.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then also
Daquan.
a couple people hung out in chat, like Silos and, was it C4?
Yep.
Yeah.
It was Corey. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeedy dandy. I know, Shio. I look like an asshole right now. Shout out to everyone who followed and subbed during the live show. Sosa Soda, thank you for the follow. Greatly appreciated. Remedy Boots, again, thank you for the follow as well. And then Uncle Pumpy with not only the 2-month resub, but with the 5 gifted as well. You are a legend, sir. Thank you so much for those subs. Greatly appreciated. Oh, and then for the 5, woo! There it is. And then happy belated birthday to Muggsy, Div, and Tools. Muggsy and Div share a birthday weekend. So that's cool. And then also, like, obviously all 3 of those people are fantastic, but I want to give an extra special shout out to Div. You already know.
For the stickers.
For those. For the HCS stickers. Thank you so much. I hope you, for better or worse, never forget that moment. Because I will never forget that moment. It was wonderful. That's it for the shout-outs. How about some community creations? Halo memes every day. Reddit.com/r/Halo memes. I clicked on the link today because I'm like, I wonder how that subreddit's doing. It's doing fucking great. So go, if you want your fucking Halo meme fix, go check that out. Halo Rec League TAC maps have been updated. This is by Halo Rec League. Shout out Shio in the chat. A long time coming, but we have an update to TAC maps, the whiteboard app for Halo and COD. This Season 2 update includes Catalyst and adds King of the Hill for your strategy needs. For all your strategic needs. There's some new Vandal merch available now. Shout out Vandal, shout out Zarners. This is by Vandal. They're selling it to support their Apex team, but there's a Master Chief on the shirt, so you know. Halo show. We talked about Apex for a little bit.
Yeah, it works.
Buy their merch. It actually looks really cool too. And then finally, Ascension. HCS Kansas City coming soon. This is by G1. There'll be a live premiere on the 27th of July at noon Central Standard Time. Chig from E United got on my ass about TAC maps, so we had to make it happen. Hell yeah, man. Chig's awesome. Shout out Chig, by the way. Shout out Chig. We talked to him at Raleigh. Right? Or was it Casey? Why am I blanking? Fuck it. Chig's awesome. Doesn't matter. All right. That's it for the community creations. My kid is screaming.
I heard that.
I hear her upstairs. That's okay. Because my wife's taking care of it. Love you, Natana. All right. Well, that's all I got. This episode was like really just, we still over an hour, but you know, we got to it.
We did.
Yeah, not a whole lot of dramatic shit happening. Thank God. Just some good quality competitive Halo that was being played. Collect. Yeah. Hey, Collect. Get out of Space Station, man.
Well, the funny thing is I pulled up their wiki and it doesn't say he's on the team.
Maybe it's just not updated.
It could just not be updated.
I don't know. All I'm going to say, just get out of there, bro. For real. Can't wait for that tea to be spilled. Will, why don't you do me a favor and plug the show?
Yeah, quick one here. We're just going to keep with the theme of tonight. Go find us on your favorite podcast services, like Josh is.
Pocket Cast.
Join our damn Discord. Links provided in the Google Doc at the show notes of the show, ! Discord and chat, or our link tree on our Twitter. Speaking of Twitter, we have one. Go find us on Twitter, HCS Pro Talk over there. We have an Instagram and Facebook as well. If you want to watch any old VODs, go check out YouTube, youtube.com/HCS Pro Talk. We also have our live show on Monday night, 7 p.m. Central Time on twitch.tv/HCS Pro Talk.
Right here. Right now.
Right here.
Right now.
Go check out hcsprotalk.com. Link to our merch in the top right corner. And then don't forget about the fine folks over at Podcast Evolved. Make sure to check out evolvedhalo.com.
Your home for Halo.
For their great shows titled Podcast Evolved, Mission Debrief, Halo TV Plus, Books Club, Build with Blocks, and Halo Headlines.
Something unintentional. And Snag, I apologize. I'm not going to do this in a dickish way. I'm just saying it. I did the dick twist motion. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to. It's just something. Whatever. Doesn't matter. Dick twist. All right.
Good. You got that out.
Yeah,
Perfect.
I got that out. I kind of have to. I feel bad if I don't. You can't half-ass it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. You gotta go get all the way in there.
Good old dick twist. That's it. Sorry, Snag. Love you.
He's never coming back.
I mean, hey. He says he's not going to go to Worlds because of this bachelor party or some stupid shit like that, but really it's because of me. That's it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's all our fault.
It is. All right.
Well,
thank you very much for going through those, as always.
Yeah.
And ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it for episode 245 of HCS Pro Talk. If you were tuning in live, thank you very much for taking the time to do so. It's greatly appreciated. Hope you had a great time. Thank you for joining the discussion during the show. If you are checking out the audio version of this show or the VOD on YouTube and or Twitch, thank you for taking the time to listen and or watch and or listen while you watch, whatever it may be. And if you, like Will said, if you want to join the discussion outside of the show, join the Discord if you haven't already. It's free. It's awesome. We talk about stuff. It's a fun time. It's a good time. Guys, we'll be back next week to talk about God knows what. Maybe Barcode will be in the United States.
It's possible.
We'll just have to wait and see. Tagline of the show. Remedy, cheers to you as well. And everyone out there who is listening and or watching and or doing whatever the fuck you're doing. Have a great night. We'll see you next week. But until then, bye-bye!